Number 1 gives us a bunch of coordinate pairs and asks us to answer 4 questions about them. The first is to state the domain of the relation. Domain is the same thing as the x's. So as we look at all of these coordinate pairs, we know each one has an x and a y. The x is the first number, the y is the second number. The domain is all the x's. So -3, 0, 1, 4, and 2. The range of the function is all of the y's. So 3, -4, 5, -4, 2. Part C is the relation of function. The answer is yes. Because there are no repeats in the domain, this is a function. There is a repeat in the range, but that doesn't matter. If there were a repeat in the domain, you would say it's not a function. Explain why or why not. Yes, it is a function because there is no repeat in the x's or the domain. Number 2, tell whether the function is linear and then evaluate the function for the value of x. This function is not linear. I can tell because there's an x on bottom of the fraction. Some other things you want to look for to find a nonlinear function are exponents connected to the x or square root signs. So the first part of this answer is no, not a function. The second part says to evaluate for 2. So we're going to change x to 2. So I changed the x on bottom of the fraction and next to the 3 into a 2. At this point, it's a calculator-friendly problem. 10 over 2 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6, minus 4 if you like to do it by hand. Either way, you should end up with 7, whether you did it by hand and followed order of operations or whether you punched it into a calculator and hit equals. Number 3, find the slope and then tell if the line rises, falls, is horizontal, or vertical. Remember, each pair has an x and a y. I like to go across the top and label x1, y1, x2, y2. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 on top of x2 minus x1. So we just need to put things in the right places. y2 is 11, so I'm going to start with 11 minus. y1 is 4. x2 is 0. x1 is -2. Because there's 2 negatives in a row, we can turn it into a big plus. We end up with the fraction 7 over 2. That's part of the answer. The other part is that we need to state that this slope rises. Remember, positive slope rise, negative slope falls.